Hare Krishna. So we are on the verse 30 of the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So in this shloka, again, Arjuna is continuing to talk about his compassion, because of which he is not able to fight. So in the previous shlokas, we did look at how he was saying, my body is trembling and my hairs are standing on end, my mouth is drying up, and multiple things, right? Gandiva is just slipping from my hand. All of this we looked at. And in this particular shloka, he's saying, I can't even stand. I feel like, I'm not able to ground myself. So he says, Nacha shaknomi avasthatum, bhramati vachame manaha, viparitani, nimittani cha pashyami, viparitani cha keshava. So he's saying, Nacha shaknomi. Shaknomi means I'm not able to. Avasthatum. Sthita, we've seen before, means situated. So he's saying I'm not able to, ground myself. I'm not able to put my leg on the ground. That's how much out of compassion I am so moved that I have to look at these people standing in front of me in this war. So then, Brahmati vachame manaha. He's saying my mind is reeling. I'm feeling so confused. I'm feeling so stressed as to why I should fight these people. Why is this day come? And then he's saying viparitani. So what is viparita? So nimittani cha pashyami, viparitani keshava. Viparita means opposite. So nimitta means end result or cause. So he's saying, I'm seeing the cause. Okay, what's going to happen after the war is over? What's the cause that's going to be? So he's saying that the result is everyone is going to be finished. So he's saying, when I look at the end result, nimittani cha pashyami, when I look at it, pashya means to see, pashyami viparitani cha keshava. It only seems like it's going to be the opposite of what I am assuming or what I would want. What does Arjuna want? Arjuna wants a happy life. So now why is Arjuna so confused? In the name of compassion, we saw from the verse 28, 29, 30, everywhere he's talking about compassion, because of which his different bodily expressions are expressed. So why is he going through this? Is because of the attachment that he has for the kinsmen who are his relatives, right? They're attached. They are these bodily relationships that he is having. So there's a beautiful shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, Pumsastriya mithuni bhavametam, tayor mito hridaya grante mahuhu, atho Kurukṣetra sutta apta vittaihi janasya mohoyam aham mameti. So what happens is, Striya and Pumsa, a man and a woman come together, and then there is a hard knot that happens of their hearts. Hridaya Granthi, right? Knot in the heart happens when they come together. And what happens after that? Then Griha, then they want a house. And to build that house, they want a kshetra. They want to be in a particular place. Sutta, then children happen. Apta, and then relatives come. Vittaihi, then he needs wealth. He or she, they need wealth to establish and to move on. So this is how janasya mohoyam aham mameti. People are quite fixed in aham and mama, me and mine. And this is the illusion, because of which mind is very confused most of the time. And because of that, what do we miss to see? So there are two concepts that Prabhupada is bringing in this particular shloka. In one of his lectures, he talks about shreyas and preyas, which seems to be very practical. So Prabhupada gives this example of, imagine you have your child. Your child wants to play 24/7, does not want to go to school, does not want to eat, does not want to sleep. So he wants preyas, right? Preeti. He wants just immediate gratification. So there is one of the scientists who did a marshmallow test. It's a very interesting video. You could check out. This is on delayed gratification. So those children, so what happens is they bring 3-year-old children and they give them a marshmallow to eat. So they tell them, you eat this one if you wait without eating this one marshmallow, when I come back, I will give you 2. So you either wait to get 2 or you eat now. So it's your choice. So different children act differently. Some wait and get 2, some eat immediately, some say I just want to smell it, and then they lick it, and then they bite it, and then they start eating it. So it's children, ultimately. So this happens. So 20 years later, the same children who were tested under this marshmallow test were checked as to where they were in their lives. And those who could delay their gratification, who could actually control themselves, were all in quite successful positions. And those who couldn't, most of them, not all of them, of course there are exceptions, most of them were unsuccessful in life. Some were in the prison, some couldn't even finish their graduation, and some were suffering because of mind-related diseases. So many of, multiple results from there. So what happens is, when we understand prayers means I want to satisfy my senses, I want to satisfy myself, this body, then we are in the prayers mode, which is short-term happiness, short-term satisfaction. But when we actually get to Shreyas, what is Shreyas? So the same parent is going to tell the child, of course you can play, not all the time. You're going to play for some time, but you have to eat at the right time, you have to sleep at the right time, and you need to get to education, right? You need to study, and you need to, once you study, you become a great person, you get good job and all of that. So then that is Shreyas that the parent is looking for the child. Exactly like that, Krishna is going to answer Arjuna in the 2nd chapter of Gita, because here it looks like Arjuna is only looking at prayers. What am I going to get? I'm going to fight against these people. What am I going to get? This is what he's asking. He's looking at his blood relatives. He's looking at his bodily relationships, and he's talking about prayers. What am I going to get in this particular birth of mine? But when Krishna is talking, immediately in the 2nd chapter of Gita, Krishna is going to talk about Shreyas. My dear Arjuna, it's not about just your what you feel happy about right now, but it's also about what's going to happen when you think of the body, mind, intelligence, and the deeper part of yourself, the soul. So that is Shreyas, right? So here we understand that because all of us are attached to different people, our parents, our children, our relatives, it could be uncles, aunts, whoever we are attached to, our mind gets completely affected when we lose them for good or when we lose them temporarily. So how do we manage this? How do we manage this attachment part of it? Because of this attachment that we have towards our bodily relationships, there's a lot of suffering. How do we do? What do we do? So the answers we will see when we get to the 2nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So as of now, quickly just concluding the compassion part of Arjuna from 28, 29 and 30. He's talking about truly compassionate, because of which he's saying, oh, I feel so sad, why should I kill these people? That is truly a devotee compassion. Second is the kind of compassion that he has because of the material fear that he is having. What would happen? Oh my God, if I kill them, there is a fear factor that he is showing. And then we saw in this that my mind is also very confused, right? My mind is reeling and I am not able to think sane. So that's where we are at. So these 3 verses, we are seeing different varieties of why, because of compassion, Arjuna does not want to fight this battle. So this verse, Nacha Shaknomi Avasthatum, Brahmativa cha me manaha, Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani Keshava. Hare Krishna.